I know you are tired of this chart already, but here it is again. Macromolecules, they're built of monomers put together into polymers. And here's the full one, starting out that the monomer amino acids, that is what you string those together, you have a protein. Proteins do all the other work in the body. That you have fatty acids or a monomer. You string them together, you get a lipid, which is the polymer. Lipids are used for storing energy and insulation. That you have monosaccharides, which is the monomer. You string them together, you get a polysaccharide. Polysaccharides are used for quick energy. Some structures are made of that, primarily in plants. You have nucleotides, which are the monomer. You string them together, you get a polymer, which is the nucleic acid, which is our genetic information, our DNA and RNA. Remember that the monosaccharide and polysaccharide are carbohydrates and that our lipids are our fats, as you can note from saying fatty acid. This is just, you gotta know it, so make sure you hold on to it. All right, today we are going to be talking specifically about nucleic acids. Now, nucleic acids, like I said, primarily DNA and RNA. Nucleotides are the monomer. Nucleic acids are the polymer. They store and transmit genetic information. Macromolecules, these in particular, they've got the same hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, but now they also have phosphorus. Phosphorus is a unique thing in our DNA. And as we'll find out later when we actually study DNA specifically, the fact that it has phosphorus comes to be a really important part of a key experiment in proving that our genetic information is passed on through the DNA. Now, a nucleotide, remember the nucleotide is the monomer, the small piece that you string together a bunch of them to get the big nucleic acid. So, okay, the nucleotide, it's got three parts. It has a 5-carbon sugar, which is going to be in the shape of a pentagon. It has a phosphate group, which actually looks like a little cross. It's kind of funny. And then a nitrogenous base. The nitrogenous base is the information. There are 4 bases in DNA, the G and the C and the A and the T. Which one? Now, every single nucleotide has one of those 4 bases. It is either an A, a T, a C, or a G. Now, this is what it looks like when you put it together. That 5-sided pentagon sugar is here in the center. It's kind of what holds together the nucleotide. On one side, it's connected to the phosphate group, which looks like a little plus sign or a little cross here. You know it's the phosphate group because it has the phosphorus, the P, in the center of it. And then over here on the side, we have the nucleotide. Nucleotides come in 2 flavors. Some have 2 pieces like this, where there's a pentagon and a hexagon stuck together. Some have just 1 piece. And we'll see the way that matches up together on the next slide. But here, we want to remember that a single nucleotide, the one little piece, has a sugar molecule, which is in DNA, deoxyribose. It has a phosphate group over here, and it has a nucleotide, which is the A, the T, the C, or the G over here. Now, the way that works if you put them together is like this, where you have, here's the sugar, here's the phosphate group, here's the actual information, the base, and then when you string them together, you are linking the phosphate group to the next sugar, which is linked to the next phosphate group, which will be linked to the next sugar.